If you dream of living in the heart of London or you're just curious to see what is actually available for rent right now, this video is for you. Today I'm showing you 5 real listings for a budget of £2,500 a month or less, and I'm very excited to get started because I found some amazing deals. So without further ado, let's dive in. Let's start with this apartment that is located in Kensington and that is advertised at £2,150 a month. The closest station is Kensington Olympia, which is a 6-minute walk, but it's not the only station. This flat is extremely well connected. You have access to the Piccadilly line, District line, Hammersmith and City, DLR, and all are within walking distance. It's 47 square meter or just over 500 square feet, and it's technically a 2-bedroom, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. Still, it is a good size for a flat at this price in this neighborhood. The master bedroom is a decent size, we actually have space for a proper bed and there is plenty of storage. But the second bedroom is just over 6 square meter, which in my opinion is tiny and not suitable for flat sharing. But it works well as a study or guest bedroom, which is exactly what they did in the picture. We can see a sofa bed, a small desk and storage. Also in this room, it looks like it is overlooking a roof, so it's not directly on the road and should be pretty quiet. Now let's take a look at the main reception room, which has an open-plan kitchen. It's not huge, but it is practical. We have a living room area with a sofa facing a fireplace, there is a dining table, and there is an amazing kitchen. The fact that it is all white makes the place feel brighter and bigger. There is more than enough storage built on multiple walls, making a very good use of the space. And we have integrated appliances everywhere. Here is the oven, this is the dishwasher, and I think there is a washing machine behind this door. Finally, this place stays furnished, hopefully as it is in the pictures, but you would need to double check during a viewing. But I think the furnishing looks nice, modern and practical, and still neutral enough so you don't feel like you're living in someone else's apartment. For this neighborhood, which is probably one of the most expensive areas in London, having a 2-bedroom flat at this price is incredibly rare. Now let's go slightly north to have a look at a lovely 1-bedroom apartment. It's listed at £2,100 a month and it is extremely well located, just a few minute walk from King's Cross. You have a large choice of underground lines and you also have National Rail, so if you like to get out of London often, that makes it very easy. It is 39 square meter, which I'd say is an average size for a 1-bedroom apartment. It's not huge, but it is perfectly acceptable, especially in London. What I like straight away is the light in the kitchen. I think living in a place that is properly bright can make a huge difference on your day-to-day. And I say that as someone who went from a place where I had sun all day long to a place where I had to keep the light on 24/7 because it was too dark. So anyway, here we can see the kitchen. It lacks a bit of counter space in my opinion, but it is still a cool space. You have storage, a full-size fridge and a proper oven. There is also space for a small dining table and a sofa, of course. Now let's have a look at the bathroom. It looks clean and modern and we have a bathtub. There is also a window, which is great for light and ventilation, and we have built-in storage over here and under the sink, so it is a practical space. And finally, this is the bedroom. I think the photos are not the best, but we can still get a good feel of the space. There is storage over here and also shelves on the other side of the bed. There is a double bed and they even put a small desk in this corner. It feels pretty cramped in my opinion, but I think it still works. If you want to live super central in London without spending 10k a month on rent, but still want a decent living space, I think this apartment is a good option. And by the way, if you like these listings, I sent all the links in my free newsletter, so make sure you subscribe if you're interested. The link is below. The next apartment is a bit more expensive, still in our £2,500 budget, but it has something extremely rare and valuable. Look at this view. This flat is super central. It is in Lambeth, facing Westminster and the Thames. In terms of public transport, it is actually not the best because we are right in the middle of this empty square. But it is still acceptable. I mean, you are a 10-minute walk from Vauxhall and from Lambeth North, so you have easy access to the Victoria line as well as the Bakerloo line. It is also very spacious for a 1-bedroom flat. It is 48 square meter or just over 500 square feet, so it's definitely big enough to live in comfortably. The bedroom is a good size and has integrated storage. You have space to add bedside tables if you want to, and you can move easily around the bed. The bathroom is fine, it is not the most modern, but it is still very practical and bright thanks to the light colors in the mirror. There isn't any cupboard, but there is a big shelf to put your things. There is a bath, and overall it is a very good size, so I'm not complaining. I also wanted to take a moment to talk about the hallway. It won't be a must-have for a lot of people, especially in London where you have to compromise on pretty much everything. But when there is one like here, I think it really adds value. It's large and it opens onto every room, which makes the entire place feel more like a home in my opinion. The reception room has an amazing open-plan kitchen. It's kind of my dream, to be honest. Plenty of space to cook, it's very bright, you have all the storage you need, it's a 10 out of 10. Now, if we move to the reception area, it's a good size, the wooden floor is nice. And of course, we have to talk about the star of the show, the panoramic view. I love that the window is floor to ceiling and is basically as wide as the room. It makes the room feel very bright and open. I actually had the opportunity to live in an apartment with an incredible view like that, and honestly, it was my favorite thing about the place. I was never bored of looking at it, and it just improved my mood instantly. They don't say what floor it is, but judging by the view, I'd say it's at least on the 5th floor and there is a lift. Speaking of the building itself, it also has a 24-hour concierge and a private gym. So yes, this place is a bit pricier, and you are definitely paying for the view and location. But honestly, if this is in your budget, I think it's worth a look. I am honestly surprised it is only £2,500 a month. For London, this is a very good price. If you like this kind of unique properties with a lot of extra perks, I actually made a selection of places like this, starting at £1,700 a month. I'll put the link below if you're interested. This next flat is once again extremely central, very well located, and it is also advertised at £2,500 a month. It is a short walk from Regent's Park, and you have a few underground stations nearby, the closest being less than a 5-minute walk. It's technically in Zone 2, but we are right on the edge of Zone 1, so it's still very central. This apartment is 40 square meters or around 450 square feet. The kitchen is technically open plan, but it is in its own little corner, so hopefully it won't feel too suffocating. The big plus of this place is that it has been fully refurbished to high standards. So if you're tired of old moldy places and you're looking for somewhere clean and modern, this could be a good match. This flat isn't furnished, but they built a lot of integrated storage. We have this space for the TV in the living room, and I also love the windows, it adds a bit of personality to the room. For the kitchen part, it is spotless. We have storage, counter space, integrated appliances, and extra lights. It is practical, modern, and brand new. Nothing to complain about here. The bedroom is empty, so there isn't much to say here, but it is a good size, it looks clean, and we have this big built-in wardrobe with a full-size mirror that opens up the room. And here's the bathroom. It's like the rest of the flat. Brand new, modern design, and practical. There is a big shower and storage by the sink. The building also has 24-hour concierge, a roof terrace, and a communal garden. The next property is even more central, and it's probably one of the best deals I've seen in a very long time if you want to live in the heart of London on a budget. It's a one-bedroom flat listed at £2,150 a month, and it is in Holborn. You are less than a 10-minute walk from the Underground, with Farringdon, Russell Square, and Chancery Lane all easily accessible. The flat itself is 40 square meters or 430 square feet, which is the average size we've seen in this video. One small downside is that there is a rather large hallway which will take space away from the main rooms. If we start with the living room, there are 2 big windows, a sofa, coffee table, and a dining table. It's not huge, but it still feels big enough to actually enjoy the space. The kitchen is somewhat open onto the living room, and it looks very practical. I don't know why the picture is of such bad quality, but we can still see that it is a nice kitchen. There is a window, storage on the walls, enough counter space, and basic appliances including a proper oven as well as a microwave. The bathroom is fine, there is storage, a bathtub, and it is a decent size. And here's the bedroom. It's probably my least favorite room, it's very basic and it has a bit of a weird layout. But there is integrated storage and a good amount of space around the bed, and we have 2 windows. You probably noticed that it is a very colorful apartment. Orange living room, blue bedroom, and the painting looks a bit tired in my opinion. The place could probably benefit from being fully repainting in white. But it would probably drive the price up, because let's not forget that this place is advertised at £2,150 a month, which is extremely cheap for this location. And if you're worried about bidding wars, I can't guarantee that it won't happen here. But it's not as common as people think. I personally never had to enter a bidding war, even though I have moved a fair amount of times within London in the last few years. I even got apartments that were below market value that I thought were too good to be true. Good deals and honest landlords still exist, but you will never know if you don't even try to apply. If you like this video but this budget is out of reach for you, you can click here to watch my selection for under £2,000 a month.